Hey everybody, Sean and Allison here from Spoken Garden. Today we're going to show you how to sow seeds in plastic jugs.
Yeah, this was a direct request from an audience member, and really we've been wanting to get to this for a while, and so we've been saving up some things. We had to buy a few supplies to kind of cheat a little bit, but we're going to show you how we do it and what we're going to sow today and get started. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep, it's going to be great, guys.
Okay, you guys, well, the first step, you have to have some plastic jugs, and you can use any type of plastic bottle as long as it is see-through, like translucent, right? So we don't drink a lot of water out of plastic bottles, but we had a couple laying around, so we grabbed one. We're gonna use that. We actually went and bought water, and we're gonna reuse this back into these structures. We're gonna fill up the water in here. The rest of the water that's left over will go in our rain barrel. So that way we're not wasting any water. We're just gonna use it later, right? So we gotta clean out or dump out these containers so we can have them empty. We've got some potting soil, some vermiculite. We'll show you how we're gonna do that. The fun part though is the seeds.
So you can see here, the first one we're gonna sow is Rudbeckia cherry brand.
Oh my gosh,
so it's a black-eyed Susan, but it's cherry colored. Isn't that cool?
So excited to grow that this year.
Yeah, it's an heirloom seed. It's just gonna be so beautiful.
That's gonna be awesome.
Second one we're gonna sow is the straw flower Swiss Giants Blend. Now, I don't think we've sown this yet. This is a brand new seed.
This is a new one for us.
We haven't tried it yet, so this will be fun and an experiment all on its own. But don't those look great? And then we've got some coneflowers here. And so we collected these seeds from Cheyenne Spirit Flowers last fall. You can see last September. So we're eager to see how well these germinate, and then also to see just those beautiful flowers. Then in the same jug, we're also going to put in there some Echinacea White Swan. So these are gorgeous. These are white Echinacea, and so these are going to be beautiful. Now, next up, lastly here, is we got poppy corn. Amazing Gray. Now these are new. We direct seeded these last fall, and so we're gonna hedge our bets, and we're gonna put these in one of these the smaller container here, and we're gonna get these to germinate so we can spread them throughout our garden.
So like Sean just explained, we're gonna keep like with like, meaning we'll do one whole container of straw flowers. We're gonna do one whole container of Rudbeckia. The poppies are going in there. And the two different types of Echinacea we're gonna mix together in one jug. So our goal is just we're gonna mark them once we get them planted and wait for the magic to happen. The hardest part with Echinacea is sometimes it takes a while to get going. It often doesn't flower the first year. So we're kind of hoping by getting it started early in a container like this, we might have a chance of actually seeing it flower this blooming season.
Yep, we're hopeful. So with that, we're gonna get that water, we're gonna get all that water out of those jugs and get going here. So here we go. First off, let's get it in here. And by the way, guys, this is a new watering jug for us. This is from Crescent Gardens, and so they were able to send us this. It's a great little water jug. It's got a rain nozzle basically on the tip of it. So when you use it, if I come over here and I'll show you, it mimics rain really well. Yeah. When you use it. So that's great for when you want to sow seeds because it's that natural rain. It's a soft type of watering. It's not going to be like a garden hose spraying, all that water. So that's good. We don't want to displace the seeds and move them around from where we set them in these jugs later. So we'll fill this guy up, and then any of the other water, like Allison said, we're going to put in our rain barrel to bank it for another day.
All right, guys, we're going to head over to our rain barrel. You guys are going to come with us. Just take a little walk here. Check out our...
We're going to go... Oh yeah, seeds.
We're going to see if anything's popping up yet.
Nothing's up yet, but...
Nope, we just have the one potato right there.
Now when you come around the corner, look to your left. Hey, it's kind of cleaned up.
Look at our clean area. It's still clean, you guys.
Yeah, we're still in awe of getting that all cleaned up. It looks really nice.
A few days later, yeah.
So, all right, guys, here we go. We're gonna do this real quick here. Now, I don't want to do it too much because we got some of the water actually going off the side here. Okay, jugs are empty. We banked it for later. Now let's go do this. Let's go plant these bad boys.
So what is the first step here?
So first step we're gonna do, we're gonna punch holes in the bottom of these, each one of these guys, because we don't want to do it after we put the soil in. You turn it upside down. That's no fun because everything falls out. Yeah. So do this part first. So you don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna use a knife. So just a couple holes in the bottom. Not too big, not too small. Want to make sure that the water comes through, but also the soil doesn't come out. So we're gonna do all the holes. I'm one of those assembly line kind of guys. I like to do one thing at a time, get it all done, then bring them back and do the next thing all together. Because that way I don't forget about anything. You might be doing things a little bit different, but that's okay. Just putting 4 holes in here. Okay. By base there. This one's a little bit trickier. It's not as sturdy as that one, so we're gonna, there we go. There we go. Okay, this one I'm only gonna put 2 in. So there we go. There's that. This one's already been cut around, so that's good. So then what we'll do with this is we'll, like the other ones, we'll make a little hinge right there, cut around and make a little hinge as even as we can get it, and then we'll hinge these open, fill them full of soil, get it nice and wet, and then we'll put our seeds in there, and then we will close these up. And the plan is to duct tape around. If you don't have duct tape, that's okay. You can use packing tape or something else clear, that's fine. Just as long as these stay closed, because you want to create a little greenhouse effect in here where all the air outtake and intake is coming up through the bottom, not down on the sides. We're gonna go half on this. Some people might go a little bit further down, some people might go further up. We're gonna go half because we want to create that greenhouse effect and get its own little atmosphere going in there. So we're gonna just do this, just go around. Okay, here we go, guys. Looking good. Now it's time to put our soil in. You might have seen a couple other gardening channels do this same thing. What I'm gonna do is they had trouble too having this stay upright to get the soil in, so we're gonna try something a little bit different. We're gonna bring the soil up and get it as close as we can, and this hopefully will work well for us. Okay. So with one hand, we're gonna hold it down, keep it hinged open. And if we can do that, there we go. And we're gonna take our trowel and we're just gonna start filling this. I think we got that one. We're just gonna leave it like that. Now, since it's got all that weight in it, it's staying right where we want it to go. Go figure, huh?
Guys, look it, we got these all ready to go. So the next step is moistening the soil, right?
Yep, got to moisten that soil up. We're gonna get this soil wet before we put the seeds in there. Let the soil actually settle a little bit, and then make sure the seeds are put down on a wet surface. And then we'll put a little soil, maybe some vermiculite over the top of them, and then give them a little bit more water, but not a lot. So let's do that. Yep, there we go. Now you can notice, you guys, I'm just putting a little bit of water in here at a time. I'm letting the water seek its own level, and I'm not forcing it to go down too fast. And I don't want to fill these all the way up right now, and then just let the water sit there, because it might have a little bit harder time going down. Doing it this way, a little bit at a time, it's just easier on the soil, and it's easier on the water to find its way through that soil. And we get a more even settling of the soil. It's not being sloshed around or pushed around with a lot of water at one time. Okay, that might be enough there. Let's see. So what's going on here? Let's check it out. We have, oh yeah, look at that. We got drainage. We're draining.
Nice.
Sweet. Let's drain some stuff here. Yep, we're draining. Now this is important too, guys, to make sure that it's draining, because I mean, if you put your seeds in here and you just keep using water and nothing's coming out, it's gonna be a swamp in there, and your seeds aren't gonna like that. Most of your seeds aren't gonna like that. So I think We're ready to plant.
Yay.
Let's plant some seeds, guys.
Okay, you guys, now the fun part, we've got these all prepped and ready to go. So the next part is adding each of the seeds into the individual containers. So this first one, we are gonna add this cherry brandy Rudbeckia.
Yay!
Which I can't wait to see this one. It is gorgeous. Okay. These are from Baker Creek, heirloom seeds, by the way. So these seeds, we already read this package. And again, make sure, we say this a lot, but make sure to always read that seed package because you never know. Often mistakes are made when you plant seeds too deep or too shallow. So just be very mindful. These seeds are tiny and they need to be planted 1/8 of an inch deep, which basically means just, we're gonna lay them on the surface and then we're gonna cover them with vermiculite. So these are tiny seeds, you guys, look at these. I mean, I guess we've seen smaller seeds, but they're pretty small, so be careful with those. All right, I'm gonna start placing these in here. I know you're not gonna be able to see because they're gonna blend in with the soil. But again, I'm just sprinkling these across the top. So I added vermiculite, a thin layer over the top because I don't want to bury the seeds too much. We're gonna just do a little bit of water and then I'm gonna add a plant tag. Okay, that in the back. So next we're gonna do amazing gray poppy seeds in this water bottle. And look at these tiny, tiny seeds, you guys.
Oh my gosh, those are tiny. Like little specks.
These are gonna be gorgeous. So this seed packet calls for these just to be basically laid over the top of the surface. So we don't even need to use vermiculite. We're just gonna kind of sprinkle these in here. Hopefully they all got in there. And that's ready to go. Maybe a little bit of water.
So guys, my turn. We're gonna do straw flowers next. And so this is a brand new pack. We haven't ever sown these before. We've never grown these before. So guys, I just read the back of the seed packet and it says to, just like the poppies, just put them over the surface. You don't need to press them down, though. They don't need to be covered. They don't have that requirement. And that's great. That makes it a lot easier for us, right? So cool. Let's open this guy up and let's get these in their new home to start growing for us. So guys, if you can see those, don't those look cool? Aren't those interesting? They're just like little rectangle things, like little wedges, maybe. Just interesting. Seeds can come in all different shapes and sizes. So, okay, so let's get these guys in here. Now the spacing did say 3 seeds every 12 inches, but our main goal here is to get these seeds to germinate. And then once they get their first true set of leaves, and we'll go over that later in a different episode, then we'll transplant them out of this container when they're ready and they've grown into their space, and then they'll be able to be spaced a little bit more appropriately. All right, last but not least, we're doing coneflowers. This time we got white swan, and then we've got our Cheyenne spirit. So here we go. Now these guys say 1/4 inch deep. So we'll get these guys down on the surface here, and then we'll cover them with 1/4 inch of vermiculite. And that should be good. Do our Cheyenne spirit here. And we don't have planting directions on this seed packet because this is our own seed packet from last September. So if in this situation, if these seeds are around about the same size as these and they're the same genus, they're both coneflowers, we'll just plant them the same that we planted these. We'll just treat them the same. So there we go. Oh yeah. Now these came right off the flower. It's a little windy out here, so I'm going to do this and protect these seeds over here. You can see these came right off the flower, and you can still see the remnants of the flower, but look at those. So what we're going to do is we're just going to plant these down. These are about, there's one right there that's almost the same size as these other ones. It's a little bit different, a little bit thinner, maybe a little bit longer, but it's relatively the same size. We're going to treat them the same. We're going to go down 1/4 of an inch. And I've probably got way too many seeds in my hand here to put in this tiny little space, so we're just gonna get these down here, just a few of them, then we'll put the rest back in that packet. So let's get a little bit of this vermiculite down, make sure they're 1/4 inch deep over the top. There we go. It's nice and even as you can get it there. Close this back up. Let's water these bad boys in and get them started on their growing journey. Go. Okay guys, everything's planted, everything's wiped down. We got the lids up, they've been wiped down so we can get the duct tape on them. Last thing to do is just get the duct tape down, get them sealed up so we can then just go place them and they can start doing their thing. They can start growing. I'm gonna start from over here where the hinge is at, and I'm just gonna take this and just as best I can press both sides down on this duct tape to get it to stick. Just turn it around and just do little strips of duct tape as I go, because that's easier to manage. Now you might be thinking, well, that duct tape's not see-through, so is this going to impact the sunlight coming through? Is this going to hurt the plants and their ability to germinate? And really, no, it's not, because they're still going to get light here, they're still going to get light here. Yeah, this will shade them a little bit, but it's not going to be significantly enough to stop them or hurt them from germinating in this environment. If you think this isn't going to work for you and you want to use a different kind of tape, like a packing tape that's clear and lets more sunlight through, go for it. That's great. If that's what you have and that's what you want to use, then that's what you do. Word to the wise guys: when after you've done this, make sure to always think about when you're coming to pick these up. Don't pick them up by this. Don't pick them up by the handle. Try and pick them up from the base, because the last thing you want to do is rip all that off that you just sealed up. So.
All right, you guys, we got them all finished up, and you can see we put them outside. The whole goal is to leave the top off so you can let moisture kind of filter through, and we've got the slits out the bottom so it'll drain. Our
mini greenhouses are ready to go, you guys, and hopefully that was helpful, and you can have the same setup or similar setup.
So that was a lot of fun for winter seed sowing method, and we can't wait to watch and see what happens.
Yeah, we really do hope that was helpful for you. This was a fun video to make, and we were really happy to get this request. So keep your requests coming, because we're here to help you guys. We want to help you become better gardeners. So leave your comments and questions down below for us. We love hearing from you. Give us that thumbs up, let us know we're doing a good job, and subscribe to our channel so you get updates on our latest videos.
Yep, that's a wrap for today's video. We'll be back tomorrow with our next garden care video, which will be a short, Monday short. So look for that in the short section of YouTube, and have a great day, you guys.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.